Okay, so in today's sessions, we had discussed about what about the structure of protein, what about the different databases that are related to protein. Okay, and we got to know that protein can be studied in 4 levels. Okay, so protein can be studied in 4 levels just because the structure of protein is a very complicated structure. Okay, we can study it in a primary level because we want to understand what about the order of those amino acids. We want to go with the study of the secondary structure because we want to understand how these amino acids they are being involved in structures like helices, sheets, coils, and turns. And then we need to understand, we want to go with the study of the tertiary structure again as well as the quaternary, because we want to understand how these structures, these helices, coils, and sheets, how they are arranged, how do they look in the 3 dimension. Okay, so all this is when we are going with the study of proteins in different levels. But protein actually looks what it looks like that can be seen when we go with the study of its tertiary structure. Okay, the quaternary and quaternary structures were, they were just letting you know how the protein is present. It can be in multiple levels as well. Multiple chains can be there to produce a single protein. Okay, so that was the reason we were going with the study of quaternary structure as well. But the protein in any living organism, it is actually present in its tertiary form, in its 3 dimensional state. Okay, covering up with these topics, we had gone with the study of what is the helix, what about the sheet, what is a coil, what is a loop, because protein has 2 structures. There is a backbone, there are side chains. Okay, so I'll just start with my slide. Just okay. What slide is there? Okay. Okay. So in this session, we'll talk about just specifically how we can go with the structure prediction of protein. Okay, a protein, we had discussed about the structure, and specifically we talked about a database that was protein data bank. So this protein data bank, it is having all the 3 dimensional structures, okay, of proteins. So all the submissions which are there in this PDB, they are having a 3D structure. Okay, but the methods which they had used are X-ray crystallography, the X-ray diffraction process, and the NMR process. Okay, and both these methods, they are very costly and they take a lot of time as well as a lot of money. They are very costly. So there are certain methods, there are certain in silico methods where we can go with the virtual prediction of our protein. Okay, and those methods, they come under bioinformatics. So those will be the methods by which you can just create a 3D structure. Prediction is, we are just hypothetically supposing this can be the structure of our protein. This is actually the structure, we are not confirmed, but this can be the structure. This is our prediction. The second thing will be visualization. Because if we are talking about the 3D protein structure, we need to understand, we need to visualize it. We need to see it. Okay, so whenever we download a protein, if you will try to download a protein structure, okay, from a PDB, and you will try to open it simply on your laptops or desktops, then it won't open. Because just to visualize that 3D structure, we need to have any software or any web-based tool, because that will provide you the way by which you can go with the study of that 3D structure. Okay, so all this will be covered in my session today. So the structure prediction, I just talked about that the need for structure prediction is because we want to understand that how the protein looks in nature. Okay, how it looks in its actual form, in its 3D form. Because just getting to know about the primary sequence or the secondary structure, that won't be very much help for us until and unless we got to know how it looks in a 3D form, because there we will get to know about its backbones, what about the torsion angles, what about the different interactions where the amino acids are connected to each other. So that all will help us to understand about the structure. And the moment we will get to know about the structure, what about the stability of the structure, this structure will help us to understand what is the function of that particular protein. Okay, because we know that if we are aware about the sequence, we are aware about the structure, we can go with the creation of a structure as well. Okay, and the moment we get to know about the structure, then we can easily go with the functional analysis, that what is the role of that particular protein in any form, in any function, in any analysis process, any prediction process, and other applications. Okay, and as I told you about the tertiary structure prediction. So tertiary, we are aware that tertiary is something where we are talking about the structure in a manner that we are dealing with the backbone as well as the side chains. So the helixes and the sheets, they are actually there and they are preparing the backbone, whereas the loops or coils, they are connected as the side chains. But what about the methods of protein structure prediction? So there are different methods of protein structure prediction. Okay, the basic ones are, the first method is the ab initio method. The second method is the method that is, the first method is the ab initio method, as I told you. The second method is the homology method, modeling method, that is also said to be the comparative modeling method. And the third method is the fold recognition, or it is also said to be the threading method. Okay, and as I told you, if I want to see, if I want to just get to see how it looks in the 3D structure, then I need to have certain software, certain visualization softwares like RASMOL can be there, JMOL can be there, PyMol is there, okay, CN3D is there. So all these help just to see, just to visualize how the protein looks like. Okay, and NMR and X-ray, both these are helping to just get to know how the protein looks like, and the PDB database, all the submissions in the PDB database, they are being produced by either of these two methods. Okay, and as I told you, both the methods, they are expensive and they are very slow, but they are very much complicated methods. They are not easy methods. Okay, so you need to understand that if any student like you or any researcher, if we want to go with the initial prediction process, we are not aware that the structure is there in the protein data bank, then we can just go with the in silico study. Okay, so this in silico study will help us to just go with the prediction process. Okay, so I'll just proceed with homology modeling. Before that, I'll just tell you there are basically three types of tertiary structure prediction methods. Okay, so there is this ab initio method. The second one is the homology modeling method. And the third one is said to be fold recognition or threading method. Okay, so ab initio method is a method where we are actually, what we are doing is we are just starting from the initial, from the scratch, from the amino acid itself. Okay, the other methods, homology and fold recognition, what they are doing with the prediction process is that they are using certain proteins. Homology is where we are going with the prediction process, and that is based on homology. There is any protein, and based on that protein, we are going with the structure prediction. But in case of ab initio, we need to start with the scratch with the single amino acids, and they are using the supercomputers like Rosetta and this Linus. All these are the supercomputers. The information is feeded in with reference to the primary sequence, and then later on the structure prediction starts. Okay, the second method is homology modeling. Homology modeling is also said to be the comparative modeling process. Homology refers to when we are talking about similarity. Okay, so for whichever protein we want to go with the 3D structure prediction, we need to have another protein that will be homologous to our protein, to our primary sequence. So we are going with the prediction only for those proteins whose 3D structure is not there in our protein data bank, and not for all. Obviously, if we are having the structure in the PDB, what is the need to go with this virtual prediction, with these process of structure prediction, with this virtual method of prediction or creation of these 3D structures? Okay, so there is no need unless we are not having it in PDB, then we go forward with the methods. So the most common method, and today in my session, I'll just talk about this method, that is my homology modeling. So whenever you'll talk about bioinformatics, what about the applications of bioinformatics? There is a key term. It helps us to go with the structure prediction of proteins. Okay, so the structure prediction of proteins is when we are going with the process of homology modeling. And as I told you, homology modeling is also said to be comparative modeling. Modeling means creating structure. And here the structure is a three-dimensional structure. Homology means when we are going with the use of similarity. Based on homologous sequences, we are going with the prediction or the modeling of any unknown protein. Okay, and using the information of those sequences whose structure is already known to us, we can just go and predict our protein's three-dimensional structure. Okay, so homologous refers to finding out similarity. And I told you earlier also that similarity is when we are going to align the sequences. Align as in we are aligning two sequences or we are aligning more than two sequences. In case of homology modeling, we are going with the prediction or the creation of 3D structures based on alignment process. Okay, so this alignment is taking place based on when we are searching out for similarity, and the moment we get that the sequences are similar enough, so we can go with the study of the unknown proteins 3D structure. What are the steps? We'll see in our future slides. Okay, so we can say that homology is a kind of a computational approach particularly used for the 3D structure modeling and prediction. And this whole process, this modeling process is based on the use of the atomic modeling process, okay, where we are considering the atoms of our amino acids. We are aware that for proteins, we need to have those amino acids. Amino acids are being prepared by the help of these atoms, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, etc. So based on this, we are going with the process of prediction or modeling. Okay, so when we are going with the experimental methods, like we are using those summations in our PDB, those are a bit different as we compare to our homology modeling. Because here the percentage of similarity will be very less. Okay, so we will not go for huge similarity cases like 80% or 90%. The similarity cases will be very less in the process of homology modeling. It will be just virtual modeling, and it will give you a small information that is the protein is there in the database or not. Because it can be a possibility we have gone through a research and we thought that the protein we have just extracted is a novel protein. Okay, the first step we can go is we can just go with the process that we can go with alignment. We can search it in throughout the databases. If we find the sequence similar enough, then we'll get to know, okay, the sequence is there in the database. Okay, the second thing is possibly the sequence 3D structure is there in PDB. If it is there, then it's okay. If it is not there, then you can just go with the prediction virtually, and then you can go with the other processes. Okay, so the principle behind this is we are trying to find out the highest similarity sequencing regions, okay, and that will help us to build the 3D structure. And as we know, we are having those structures like helixes, sheets, loops, and coils. So while predicting the 3D structure, we need to keep in mind that the structure will look like that it will have helix, it will also have loops, it will also have sheets. And they should be arranged in a manner that they are producing a stable structure. Okay, a minimum energy conformation, because we consider the more the energy, the minimum the energy is for a particular protein structure, any particular molecule, the stabler the molecule will be. Okay, so I'll just proceed with the steps of homology modeling. Okay, so what are the steps of homology modeling? So the steps of homology modeling are, the steps of homology modeling is, the first one is template selection, and the second step is, I'll proceed with the steps. Second is sequence alignment, then backbone model building, loop modeling, side chain refinement, model evaluation. Okay, so these will be the steps. The first step is template selection. ठीक है, तो what is template? Template होता क्या है? अब what we are trying to do, we are trying to produce a 3D structure. हमें 3D structure बनाना है, जिस particular protein sequence का बनाना है, that is said to be our target. Okay, so what we are trying to do is, we are just going with the process of 3D structure prediction, and the first thing we will just move is, we will go with the process of finding out the templates. Okay, we will try to find out the templates, that is all those sequences which are similar to our target sequence. Okay, all those templates are actually being selected, and we need to search out the templates whose sequence यानी primary sequence की information भी है हमारे पास, and those are also having their 3-dimensional structures in the protein data bank. Okay, so whichever protein we want to go with the prediction, we will just take that protein, we will take the protein, okay, and we will try to search for all the similar sequences for our protein. While searching out for the similar sequences for our target, we will select all the templates whichever we feel which are having a similarity of more than 40%. It should be at least 40%. उससे कम अगर similarity होगी तो we won't consider them कि proteins that can be considered to be template, कि आप उसे base बनाकर you can go with the prediction process. They won't be selected in this particular step. Okay, so while going with all this process, we need to use certain tools. We can go with the use of tools like BLAST, or we can go with the tools like FASTA. Okay, both these tools, what they are doing, they are helping us with the process of alignment. Okay, I'll show you how we can just go with the process of BLAST. So this is the BLAST program. Okay, so I was talking about the first step is, we want to just go with the process of alignment. Okay, so when we want to go with the process of alignment, ये जो tool है आपका BLAST program, this helps us with the process of alignment. Okay, ये basic local alignment search tool है. This is used for pairwise type of alignment, and this tool actually helps with these types, the nucleotide blast, with protein blast, with BLASTX, with T-blast, and ये अलग-अलग versions है. What about these versions we will discuss in our later on sessions. But abhi particularly because I am talking about homology modeling with respect to protein. So what I need to do is, when I want to search for all the similar sequences for my target, I need to use this protein blast. You can just click here. Yeah, protein blast. The moment you'll click here, you'll be redirected to the page. Okay. So this is the page. This is the page for our BLAST program. We can go with the finding out the similar sequences. Okay, and for similar sequences, what we can do is, for example, I want to take a sequence for protein. This is actually hemoglobin. Okay, so I can take a FASTA sequence from here. whenever I want to go, ये this is just an example because जिस protein का मैं prediction करना चाह रही हूँ, that protein is unknown to me. Okay, so I don't have, presently I'm not having any novel protein, so I'm just seeking for a protein from my UniProt database. Okay, so I just copied my protein and I just copied it and I am pasting it in the protein blast. So I copied it, I pasted here, and I can go with the process of, you can scroll it down. All these things we'll discuss later on, but I'll just let you know that this is a sequence we can paste. Okay, and what you need to do, you just need to go with the blast program. इसे आप click करोगे तो you will have all the sequences which are similar to your sequence. All those sequences which are somehow representing some kind of similarity you will get as your result. ठीक है, so this is what is a blast program. How you can get the information for your target protein, कि आपका वो जो target protein है, is it having any kind of similarity with any other sequences? For that information you need to go with alignment. Okay, and you can just, based on the results, you can select the template. All the results which you are getting from that, you can just extract the sequences, the templates. Okay, so this is what you can do for your process. Okay, so I'll just get back to my PPT. Just wait. Okay, so I was talking about this, the template selection. Okay, so template selection wala part we have done. What about how we can go with the alignment thing? Okay. Next is the second step. Okay, so in this second step, what you need to do is you need to just go with the alignment, and alignment is done to select best of the templates. Okay, so you need to go with the selection of best of the templates, because while selecting the best of the templates, what you can do is you can just go with the higher percentage of similarity and structure prediction and functional study. Okay, so sequence alignment का जो second step है, इसमें से what you'll be doing is all those results which we got. It can be 10,000 or it can be rarely 100 sequences, but we need to select the best of the templates because we will keep them as standards and we can go with the prediction with the sequence alignment. Okay, so the second step is just to refine out all those suitable sequences. Now, second thing is one more important thing. While selecting the template sequences, we need to understand that all those template sequences which you are selecting as your standard proteins, because based on those template sequences, you will just go with the structure prediction. ठीक है, so उस केस में we need to understand कि all the template sequences should have that 3-dimensional structures in PDB. Okay, so they should have the 3-dimensional structures in PDB, because based on that only we can go with the prediction of a target. And अगर we are selecting a protein sequence as a template जिसका 3D structure है ही नहीं, then how we can go with the structure prediction? That sequence will not help us for structure prediction. Okay, so the next step is the model building step. We need to go with the building of model that will be backbone or side chains, loops and all. ठीक है, backbone हो गया. We got to know that there were helices, there were sheets, loops and coils. So based on alignment, यानी कि एक हमारे पास template है, दूसरा हमारा target है. Target का 3D structure we want to construct. Template 3D structure we are very much aware. Okay, so what we have done in the first and second step, we had just aligned a target and template and we had found all the similar regions. Okay, now we have got the similar regions. We are aware that template ka 3D structure, how it looks like. So based on the 3D structure of our template, we can go with the prediction of our target. Okay, so all those similar sections in sequences, if there is similarity in the sequences of a target template, then we will consider that the same portions will be similar in these structures as well. Okay, so there should be similarity in the structure again. So we will just go with the process of model building, where we will go with the backbone building at the first step. We need to understand कि all the atoms involved in the amino acids, like हमारे पास chiral carbon atom है, the 4 valencies they are satisfied by carboxyl group, there is amino group, ठीक है, hydrogen is there, and alkyl chain is there. So all these atoms, they are being involved and they are connected. One amino acid is connected to the other and so on. And you're having these torsion angles. There is psi, phi, and omega. So these angles are basically representing how these amino acids, they are connected to each other in a stabler manner. The manner in which the structure is the minimum energy conformation and a stabler structure. So that we need to understand. And for that, we will proceed with the body building, that is with the procedure of the backbone building. Okay, considering all the coordinates, we will go with the backbone building. The moment we have got up with the backbone building, we have done with the process, then we need to go with the loop modeling process. Okay, loop modeling ki case mein we need to understand that similar regions so we have considered. All those similar regions which we considered, okay, which were there similar between template and target, they were under the structurally conserved region. Okay, they are carrying the most important information, most confirmed information, that there is sequence and structural as well as functional similarity between the protein sequences, the template and target. Okay, so those regions were the structurally conserved regions. But on the other hand, if I'll talk about loop modeling, so why I need to go with loop modeling is that I have created the backbone only using the conserved regions. But what about the variable regions? I need to consider those variable regions, because those are the regions which are part of your polypeptide chain again. But the thing is कि those variable regions, they are not matching between the two sequences. Target और template के बीच में similarity नहीं है उन variable regions के case में. Okay, so in those regions, you will just see there are insertions, deletions, and substitutions, because वापस से what our consideration will be कि possibly once upon a time those templates and targets both were similar to each other, and there can be mutation, variation हुआ होगा, insertion, deletion हुआ होगा, substitution हुआ होगा, and based on that this variation occurred, and जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ये जो आपका इंडेल्स जो मिल रहे हैं आपको या जो वेरिएशन मिल रहा है ये इसी का रीजन है. और जो स्ट्रक्चरली वेरिएबल रीजन्स है, बट वी विल कंसिडर देम आल्सो. Okay, and we will add them in the model, in the structure. So this step will include our loop modeling steps, because besides our backbone, whatever we are adding, they are said to be our loops. हमारे बैकबोन में जो मेजर स्ट्रक्चर्स रहेंगे, that will be helices and sheets. While loops के केस में हमारे जो मेजर स्ट्रक्चर्स रहेंगे, that will be our turns and coils. ओके, डेटाबेस सर्चिंग जो मेथड हमने जो यूज करा था, जैसे हमने ब्लास्ट यूज करा था और फास्टा यूज करा था, they also help us to go with the loop modeling process. Okay, there are certain specialized program like Fred and Coda, you can use them for loop modeling again. ओके, एंड ये जो ab initio मेथड है जिसकी हम पहले भी बात कर चुके हैं, दिस आल्सो हेल्प्स अस टू गो विद द जनरेशन ऑफ सर्टेन लूप्स एंड सर्च आउट देम इफ दे आर देयर एज इन अ स्टेट ऑफ लो एनर्जी कन्फर्मेशन, बिकॉज अमाइनो एसिड्स, हर एक अमाइनो एसिड की क्या एनर्जी है, व्हाट इज देयर रोल इन द पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन, that you need to understand before going with the modeling process. And every amino acid, how it can behave in different protein structures, ठीक है, what is their role कि alanine का क्या role हो सकता है, what about the energy of aspartic acid, how it can contribute to backbone and loops, ठीक है, that can be studied by the help of a Ramachandran plot for the protein structure. A standard जो आपका plot है उसके through you can just study. Okay, so besides loop there are chain refinements, because जैसे हमने backbone बना लिया, loops add कर दिए, आपका एक structure बन गया, लेकिन there can be a possibility कि the structure is not a stable structure. You need to understand कि prediction जो है हम virtually कर रहे हैं, we are not aware कि ये structure ऐसा दिखता है कि नहीं in reality. So we are just going with the prediction process, virtual prediction, and while going with the while going with the prediction process, homology modeling, we also need to keep on refining our side chains. उसे आप add करते रहिए on the backbone along with the loop, and just go with the calculation of the energy as well. Okay, so the energy should be such as कि वो एक minimum energy confirmation दे रहा है, and आप while going with all this process you need to keep in mind we can't just go with the change in any kind of your torsion angles. हमारे जो backbone structure है, जो torsion angles है, they should be fixed. आप उसे change नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है. बट ऑब्वियसली साइड चेन्स जो है आप उसका जो है कंफर्मेशन यू कैन जस्ट go with the change in modification in the structure of the side chains. Order of amino acids can't be changed, but the torsion angles जो है जो आप extract कर रहे हैं they can be modified in case of side chain, and ultimately we need to have a protein structure, a stable structure. Okay, so templates आप select कर रहे हो for the target. We have gone with the model building again, with the backbone, with the loops and with the side chain. But जैसे ही as soon as we get a model, हमें एक model तो मिल रहा है, but we need to put lot of efforts just to refine this model. Okay, so with the refinement of the model, with the evaluation of the model, we need to put some efforts. We need to go with the calculation of the energy levels of that particular structure. Okay, so I told you if we want to go with the stable structure, we need to have a minimum energy conformation. The lowest the energy potential is, we are considering that this is the structure, this is the best of the structures, and we can select for that structure. Okay, so while modeling, it's not about कि we are going with the single structure prediction. मैंने एक target के लिए 10 templates consider करे थे because they were showing the similarity in a range of maybe greater than 60. 60 के ऊपर they were showing me a similarity. So I thought that all these templates, they are good enough for my target. They are showing some good similarity, and possibly the sequence with similarity है, the structural and functional similarity can be there. So I selected all those 10 templates. And now what I can do is I can go with the prediction process for all these 10 templates. Okay, so prediction मैं करूंगी हर एक template के लिए मैंने एक structure बनाया. या फिर दूसरा केस ये भी हो सकता है, फॉर अ सिंगल टेम्पलेट आई एम गोइंग विथ मल्टीपल स्ट्रक्चर्स because I am not aware that how the structure looks like. I am just predicting, I am just assuming. So for all the structures I need to go with the study की सारी structures जो मैं बना रही हूँ, what about the energy? So for all the structures I will keep on calculating what is the energy, what is the potential, what is the lowest energy potential for that particular structure. Okay, and going with the calculation of this energy, I can go with the molecular modeling, and refinement can be done using the process of molecular dynamic simulation. Okay, so simulation is a process where we are mimicking the structures. We are just trying to make the similar structure, but while mimicking the structure, while simulating the structure, we will keep in mind all the factors. Okay, keeping in mind how the atoms are being connected to each other, what about the energy of each and every atom, and how suitable minimum energy conservation model we can just create. So based on all these factors, we need to go with the refinement of the model. The moment model is being refined, the evaluation of the model, we need to understand how are these psi and phi angles are there, what about the chirality of all these amino acids, is it satisfied or not, the bond lengths, what about the bond lengths. Okay, what about the different stereochemical properties, because there are not many atoms in the whole protein, so we need to understand what about the interactive forces which every atom is actually having with the other atom. Okay, so based on this, there are ProCheck is there, What If is there, Verify 3D, all these softwares, they actually help us to go with the process of validation or the model evaluation of a protein. So all these are actually the steps which we need to follow with the homology modeling. I just focused on homology modeling and I told you how the template goes. But what is the whole process? I'll just show you. These are certain free server and software. Swiss model is there, 3D Jigsaw. Okay, and What If is used for validation as well. Modeler is a famous tool. Okay, but right now presently I'll give you a demo of Swiss model because this is the most easiest free server you can just use, anyone can use, and you can go with the prediction process. Okay, And then I'll also let you know about the protein visualization tools as well. Okay, from all these tools you can see RASMol is there, PyMol, JMol, CN3D. All these tools, they are used to visualize, to see प्रोटीन को आपको देखना है. What about the specific amino acid, what about the angles, what about the distance between one atom to the other atom? All this you can go with the study of your protein structure by using any of these tools. Okay, you need to go with the installation of any of these tools, and you can go with the structure visualization as well. So I'll just show you the process of Swiss modeling. Okay. Okay, so first thing is that, see, presently, if I'm talking about proteins, you can see, I hope so you can see it. So this is the PDB. PDB से what we were trying to do was we were trying to just download our structures. ठीक है, protein के 3-dimensional structures we can get through our protein data bank PDB. Okay, this is the page. I just went to RCSB PDB. मैंने यहाँ पर hemoglobin type करा, and I was redirected to multiple protein structures. Okay, so here I can just go, यहाँ से I can go with the downloading of my PDB structure. I don't need a faster sequence if I want to just visualize a 3D structure. My requirement will be a PDB format. So I will go with the downloading of this PDB format. मुझे वो specific protein का 3D structure I can easily see through my PDB format. How to see, I'll let you know. But अगर, for example, if I'm having a protein जिसका 3D structure is not there, so in that particular case, obviously I want to go with the modeling process. So for this, I need to use this Swiss model. This is a very easy modeling tool. You can use this Swiss model. बहुत आराम से आप use कर सकते हो. And in this case, you can see there is a tab of start modeling. अब आप start modeling जैसे ही आप click करोगे, you can start with the modeling or the 3D structure prediction of your protein. ठीक है, so इस case में आप क्या कर सकते हो, you need to have your protein primary sequence, and in case of a protein primary sequence, what you can do is you should have a primary protein sequence. Abhi, I am not having any novel protein. I will let you know what about the demonstration of this whole tool. So I am just taking a protein sequence. This is my protein sequence, and I am taking a protein sequence of hemoglobin. ठीक है, प्रोटीन सीक्वेंस लिया है मैंने हीमोग्लोबिन का. आई हैव टेकन इट फ्रॉम यूनिप्रोट डेटाबेस, एंड द फॉर्मेट फॉर माय प्रोटीन इज अ फास्टा फाइल फॉर्मेट. सो आई एम कॉपिंग इट, and the moment I am copying it and I am pasting it on the Swiss model. So I pasted it on Swiss model. The moment I pasted it, so I'm getting the links for the targets. Okay, so the links for the targets is, you can see here, all the targets are here. Okay, so target आपको जो मिल रहे हैं, you can just go with the search of templates for your target. ठीक है, मैंने जो भी टारगेट यहाँ पर पेस्ट करा था, that was my protein sequence. और उस protein sequence के लिए what I can do is I can go with the prediction process, homology modeling, and in that particular case I can go with the selection of my templates. तो या तो मैं यहाँ से प्रोसेस का स्टेप जो है सर्च फॉर टेम्पलेट्स कर सकती हूँ. आई कैन गो विद द सिलेक्शन ऑफ द टेम्पलेट्स. और दूसरी चीज क्या है, आई कैन गो विद द प्रोसेस ऑफ ब्लास्ट. मैं ब्लास्ट के थ्रू आई कैन सिलेक्ट द टेम्पलेट्स. ठीक है, सो वेन एवर वी आर गोइंग विद द ब्लास्ट प्रोसेस, वहां से वी विल गेट द इंफॉर्मेशन कि व्हाट आर द सूटेबल टेम्पलेट्स, आर दे ओके और नॉट, और फिर उसके बाद हम मॉडल बिल्ड कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, तो यहाँ मैंने प्रोटीन पेस्ट कर दिया, सर्च फॉर टेम्पलेट्स में कर सकती हूँ, बट दिस स्विस मॉडल विल जस्ट सिलेक्ट all the possible templates by default, and it will go with the process of structure prediction build model. ठीक है, तो इसे आपको करने के बाद you can go with the process of build model directly as well. ठीक है. So the moment I will just go with the clicking of this build model, I will get my structures. You need to just wait for the results. Okay, so besides the structure, the modeling process using the Swiss model, okay, if you want to go with the visualization thing, ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप देख पा रहे हो कि the models are here and you can just get all the possible templates. Okay, so you can get possibly 50 templates or 500 templates or more than that. Okay, but what this Swiss model is doing, this is selecting certain templates. Like for example, this by default it is just representing 50 templates only. ठीक है, तो जो 50 templates हैं यहाँ, if I'll just go with the summary with the templates, okay, यहाँ पर ये सारे के सारे templates आ रहे हैं. All these are representing similarity with our sequence. ठीक है, sequence के साथ similarity show कर रहे हैं और ये सारे के सारे templates are selected. एंड देन देर इज द मॉडल. जो मॉडल हमने, हमारा जो ये जो टूल है स्विस मॉडल, दिस एक्चुअली वेंट विद द प्रेडिक्शन ऑफ दिस मॉडल. तो ये जो मॉडल है इसने ये 3D स्ट्रक्चर बनाया है एंड द स्ट्रक्चर लुक्स लाइक दिस. यू कैन जस्ट सी हियर, दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर जो कि मैंने एक सिर्फ प्राइमरी दिया था एंड दिस स्विस मॉडल इट एक्चुअली वेंट विद द क्रिएशन ऑफ द 3D मॉडल. The same process you can also do parallelly. आप अपने laptops और desktops पर you can go with the same process. I'll give you some more time for practice. You can ask me questions as well if you're just not getting how to go with the process. Okay, so this is the thing which we need to do, and this is a free server. Anyone can use this free server. There are other tools or other softwares as well, like Modeler is there and other softwares and tools where you can go with not only for the prediction but with the evaluation or validation as well. Okay, so this is all about Swiss model. अब हम बात कर रहे थे कि we need to have our 3D structure. और जो 3D स्ट्रक्चर है हमारा, दैट शुड बी इजीली विजुअलाइज्ड. ओके, सो जो 3D स्ट्रक्चर के विजुअलाइजेशन की अगर हम बात करते हैं, एंड वी हैव जस्ट, आई टोल्ड यू अ बिट अर्लियर दैट ये पीडीबी है. मैं पीडीबी से एक 3D स्ट्रक्चर डाउनलोड कर सकती हूँ. पीडीबी से 3D स्ट्रक्चर डाउनलोड करूंगी और पीडीबी से 3D स्ट्रक्चर डाउनलोड करने के बाद व्हाट आई कैन डू इज दैट स्ट्रक्चर डाउनलोड कर लिया, जिसे मैंने यहाँ से डाउनलोड करा. द सेम थिंग यू कैन ऑल्सो गो विद. ओके, and if you will try to open it on your laptops and desktops, ये आपके Android system mobiles पे नहीं चलेगा, systems पर ही चल पाएगा, Windows operating system पर. ठीक है, so you need to go Linux पर भी you can go with the same process. So you will just download it. आप उसे visualize करने की कोशिश करोगे, ये visualize नहीं होगा. ठीक है, you need to have another visualization tool or software for this. ठीक है, सो आई विल शो यू माई रैसमॉल. मैं आपको रैसमॉल दिखाती हूँ एंड रैसमॉल विल हेल्प मी टू गो विद द विजुअलाइजेशन ऑफ माई प्रोटीन. आई डाउनलोडेड द सेम प्रोटीन. ठीक है, मैंने अभी डाउनलोड करा है इसे एंड आई शो यू हाउ टू यूज दैट प्रोटीन. Okay, so this is actually being shared. You can see it on your screen. Just wait. I think this is not visible. Is it visible? The black window is visible. Okay, so it's visible now. Rasmol is there. Okay. And now see, this is, I just installed Rasmol. Rasmol.open Rasmol पर जाओगे आप, you can easily go and install the same software. ठीक है, Rasmol पर we are having these options. Open पर जैसे आप जाओगे, you will just go with open. एंड यू कैन जस्ट, मैंने ऐसे डाउनलोड कर रखा है, मैंने एक प्रोटीन सिलेक्ट करा है अपना, ओके, सो आई जस्ट ओपन दिस प्रोटीन, आई डाउनलोडेड द सेम प्रोटीन जिस पर मैंने अभी बात करी थी, पीडीबी से मैंने इसे डाउनलोड करा था, एंड आई ओपनड अप द प्रोटीन, ये प्रोटीन मेरा यू कैन सी, ठीक है। आप अपने माउस को, यू कैन जस्ट यूज योर माउस और दी एरोज ऑन योर कीबोर्ड एज वेल, ठीक है, कीपैड पर, लैपटॉप पर, यू कैन जस्ट मूव इट एंड यू कैन जस्ट रोटेट योर स्ट्रक्चर, इजिली आप इसे रोटेट कर सकते हो, ठीक है। अगर हम डिस्प्ले की बात करते हैं, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द डिस्प्ले, देन दिस इज द वायर फॉर्म, ठीक है, वी कैन गो विद द बैकबोन, this is the backbone appearance of a protein, this is representing the stick, okay, ball and stick, again this is ball and stick, ठीक है, this is space fill, ठीक है, so all this you can use, all these you can just use, these are the different representations of your protein, ठीक है। और इसके अलावा we are having these colors, there are different representations, we can go with shapely, what about the different shapes, okay, and we can go with the chains, what about the different chains, there are, because it is a hemoglobin, so it is having alpha and beta sheets, okay, so based on the chains they are being colored in different colors, okay, this is the normal monochrome, and what we were following earlier was a CPK format, ठीक है, जिसमें आपके hydrogens, oxygens and the carbons, they were coded in a specific color. Okay, so we can go with this, then there are other options as well, ठीक है। यहाँ पर settings में you can just go, we can pick off or we can pick an idea and we can just try to understand what about the distance, what about the angles। अगर मैं यहाँ पर distance की बात कर रही हूँ, I'm selecting 1 and 2, ठीक है, तो I'll just get to know कि what I want to do, I want to just go with the selection of my distance, okay, if I want to go with the angle thing, you need to select it, and based on that you can just go with the selection of angle, कि angle क्या है between the molecules, ठीक है। I hope so this is visible to you, this is 67.20, this is being, I selected 2 of the amino acids and I got to know that this is the angle which both of them are having with each other, ठीक है। So similarly you can use other options as well, you can use them, and besides this there is a lot in this rasmol again, ठीक है, rasmol is again a very detailed topic, you need to understand what about rasmol। besides ये जो आपका पेज आ रहा था, besides this page we also have this command line, ठीक है, ये command line है, you can just use this command line and you can go with the use or representation of this command line, okay, like for example I want to select any amino acid, okay, select for example 100, ठीक है, so I selected the specific atoms and what I want to do, I want to just color them with red color or with yellow color, okay, so they are actually colored with yellow, if you can, if you want to see them, I'll just minimize this, there are yellow colors, just wait and just change the shape of them, see these yellow, if you can see, these are representing the structures which I right now changed, okay, this was what I selected right now, okay, so I selected certain amino acids, I just mentioned the specific amino acids, and what I did was I just colored those amino acids and I changed the appearance or the display of those amino acids again, okay, so if I want to go with a specific study of certain amino acids, then there are various options in this visualization tool, so not only with the visualization of just a protein structure, but how the protein structure looks like, ठीक है, and what about we can just focus on a certain section, Okay, we can export. There are export options as well. There are a lot many export options. You can use these export options. You can export them in different formats. You can export the Ramachandran plot for the protein as well. Okay, so all this is there in this particular software. You can easily use that. And besides this, we are having other softwares again. We are having PyMol, JMol, I told you. And then there is this Swiss PDB viewer that is also said to be the deep view. You can use that as well. Okay. And that is also used for structure prediction and visualization again. Okay, so all this you can just use, and you can go with the process of visualization. Prediction you can go by using Swiss model. So that is all for my today's session. And if you want, you can just ask questions. I will start with the chat now. Okay, you can ask me questions.